Is it fair to say one of the things I feel about your writing that's so pleasurable is that it's kind of counterintuitive? It's kind of often saying everything you believe is wrong, but in a way that's very pleasant,
Yeah.
If that doesn't sound weird,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't know. It's kind of more, I mean, do you see yourself as kind of fighting against conventional wisdom, or does it just work out that way?
Well, I have noticed that when my books receive hostile reviews, often one set of hostile reviews accuses me of saying things so counterintuitive they can't possibly be true. Mm-hmm. And the other set of hostile reviews accuses me of saying things so obvious they can't possibly be worth reading about. And sometimes I'll be accused of both things simultaneously, which has always struck me as a kind of extraordinary feat, if true. But am I a counterintuitive? Well, I'm only counterintuitive in the sense that I have always believed, and I think anyone who is a thinking person believes, that the more you learn about something, the more likely it is for your mind to change.
Yes.
Right? Knowledge only rarely confirms what you thought you already knew. Most of the time, digging into something just makes you realize how dumb you were before.
Well, you kind of say, I had no idea, kind of, you say.
And I locate the source of this. I love nothing more than telling stories about my father. I locate the source of this in my father, who divides the world into two categories. On the one hand, those who know more about a subject than he does. And on the other hand, those who know less about a subject than he does. And since he only knows about two subjects, mathematics and gardening, basically his position is the rest of the world knows better. And so you, in any given situation, merely by asserting a fact that he, on a position other than gardening or mathematics, you can win him over. He'll be like, okay, that's great. My favorite story about this is, years ago, when I was a little kid, driving a car, somehow the subject of homosexuality came up. And my father said, and I asked because I was curious what it was. I was like 8. My father said, well, some people make the choice to, have a relationship with someone of the same sex. And my mom said, no, Graham, they don't make a choice. They're born that way. And my father says to me, homosexuality is people are born a certain way. So multiply that times 1,000 and you have my childhood. And there's something insanely liberating about that. So it's like, and it doesn't even bother him for a moment that he did a U-turn. He's got and I think we should all aspire. I've often wondered what would presidential debates look like if they were, if it was basically versions of my dad. So they'd be all saying, like, that's really good point. I had no idea.